Right. So, I don't know. Madara falls in love with Mito instead of Hashirama. Basically, that's it. That's all the change there. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. Yeah, so, everything, besides that, everything happens to Kennen. Grows old and all that. But the thing is there, is that, I'm just gonna say, like, when Naruto would have basically been born, I'm gonna say that Madara tried the, I think it was called the Rini Rebirth. I think it was called. It's just when you're reincarnation. Oh no, not that. Whatever. You get you're brought back, but then you come back to life. So he tries that, and it works for a little bit. Um, and then I don't know. He meets Kushina, I guess, and they have a kid. Yeah, I don't know. Eventually, though, he starts to feel like it's not gonna work. So he quickly goes back to his cave, where all his things are. I forgot what they're called. The white Zetsus are, and all that. And it says how I don't feel too good. But that's when he feels it. All of his body, he looks around, and his body just starts, wrinkling up again. As if he was going back to old age. Then he, passed out. When he awoke, he was basically attached to, life support by the Zetsus, Of course, it's not the normal life support in our world, but yeah, the Zetsus are keeping him alive. He marks it down as a failure, but it did work for a little bit, so he feels like he can get it right the next time. The Kushina. Alright, by the way, uh, when she met Madara, buddy, um, it didn't really matter. Oh, actually, wait. I could actually I'm gonna make Mito basically actually way more stronger. What I mean by that is physically stronger. And I'm also gonna make her, figure out how to live basically for eternity. But she keeps this to herself and writes it down in the Uzumaki scroll. Right? So yeah. So when Kushina gets Nine Tails, it doesn't kill Mito, and Mito stays young forever. And so if Kushina, actually, being Naruto's mother, it would actually be Mito and Madara would be his parents. So yeah, I don't know, Mito gives birth, I guess. And the same time, Kushina does. Unfortunately, during this birth, the masked man who got him accidentally killed him. Right? I know this already has a lot of plot holes, but just bear with me. Stick with me. It's fine. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. It's fine. So, the masked man actually accidentally killed the son of Minato and Kushina. And but that sends Minato into a rage, which in anime usually that means that the person who's completely angry and rage would win. However, that's not what's going on because I'm currently in control, and my logic is just all over the place. I don't make much sense. So I'm gonna add some real world thing here and say that just because he's in rage, he actually does worse than he does in canon to would kill the masked man because he can't think straight. The masked man would then the masked man would actually kill Minato after a little bit. but doing this, but he, what should I kill him? It doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, do it. Kills Minato. But during this time, he put all his dedication into doing that, and thus he released the Nine Tails. I wonder if this would actually be normal audio. Cause my phone is a bit messed up right now. Um, and thus, whatever I hear from my phone would just sound weird and also horrible. And also, it's the same for them as well. Like if I'm on a phone call, right, I can't hear a single word they say, and it's the same for them. So I wonder how much this is gonna affect it. Yeah, my phone's pretty bad. That's fine. Um, just so I let you know, if I don't upload in years, I'm gonna say, uh, in like a couple years, is because my phone broke. And, well, I technically have two phones. This is my best phone, but the other phone is such a piece of shit. Um, that, it doesn't have, like, its internet connection is just shit. It's just slow, and I can't do anything, right? I can't record my voice and or stream. I think I can record my voice. I guess I won't be able to show the image, but it's fine. I'll leave like to you guys then, but I don't know. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. So, yeah. Uh, so Minto dies. Uto Komoe's the fuck out there, and Kushina, uh, what? Minto actually picked up Kushina with Naruto in her hands and pushed both of them down in front of the Nine Tails. Kushina, knowing what this means, does exactly what Mito wanted, and that was for Kushina to use the Reaper Death Seal. She uses it and puts the entire Nine Tails into Naruto. It doesn't really matter if it's the full Nine Tails or not, it really doesn't matter, but I'm just doing it anyway. Puts the full Nine Tails into Naruto. The seal's done, and Kushina dies. Mito picks up Naruto, and she scars off. Eventually, Hiruzen and all that come by and, see the two dead bodies of previous fourth Hokage and Kushina Uzumaki. So, funeral, all that happens, and we time skip. Now, Naruto, he has never seen his dad. Not once. The only thing he learned from Mito was that he was a complicated man. Naruto grew up basically like an Uzumaki by Mito. She would teach him sealing techniques and fujitsu, or fun, whatever, sword play, whatever. She teaches him how to use a sword. And, yeah. And so, yeah. But, she also teaches him how to use some jutsu, and also teaches him some taijutsu as well. Basically, the only thing she's not teaching him is genjutsu, because she doesn't really know how. Now, Mito made a, a, a type of sealing, well, not a type of sealing, but, oh yeah, a type of sealing jutsu that kind of knocks the person unconscious and shows them, like, a type of genjutsu, right? Because, kind of genjutsu, but it's a seal, right? You put it on them. Of course it doesn't work with everybody, right? If they're, like, really powerful, it would just be basically a piece of paper stuck to them. Nothing will happen. And what it does is just puts them in a Genjutsu world where everything is horrible, right? They live through like the worst nightmares and their fears. Yeah. Now see, Mito kind of makes like a small version of this where just to unlock his Sharingan, basically. She doesn't make it so much that his mind will break and, he'll be a terrible person. Just enough so, he could be strong, like stronger. She also made a deal with Kakashi that, try and make him be trained under Kakashi. For Genjutsu and the Sharingan. When Naruto was asleep, that's when Mito puts the tag on the seal. Or the tag or the seal, doesn't matter. That's when she puts it on him. And that's when the effects take place immediately. He keeps, like, shivering. He keeps twitching. He opens up his eyes, but yet he's still unconscious. His black eyes turn straight to a crimson red. It's with like a black dot in the middle for the pupils. The pupils. And around the pupil starts coming these basically little dots coming around it. Dots pile on. There was the first one, and then there was a second one, and then there was a third one. There were 3 of them in both eyes. Mito thought that was enough, so she took off the seal. When she did that, Naruto woke up immediately. When that happened, he cried. He hugged his mother and, said what kind of nightmare he had. It was one where Mito died. And he met this man with long black hair, with black eyes, claiming to be his father. And, yeah. The whole village was destroyed and everything. Like that, just horrible. But that's when he awoke, Now Mito was surprised to hear a man with black long hair with black eyes claim to be his father. Could be a coincidence, of course, but out of everything, like seriously, like out of everyone, and the descriptions he could have he gave the exact descriptions of Madara. Now, as far as she knew, he hasn't met any other Uchiha. Of course, she could have just, he's a smart kid, and he could have just taken his appearance into, account and thought, like, I don't look basically anything like my mom, so clearly I look like my father. But how he knew that his father had long hair, now that was suspicious. Mito would then start to develop the seal more while also learning about it. She also talked to Kakashi and said, yeah, he now has a 3 Tamori, can train him and all that. And he's like, yeah, I can. And so Kakashi would train Naruto. We'll time skip a little bit more. Let's say this is when he's 6. When he's 6, he's just so advanced. He's just really smart. He's smart and he's strong. So much so they entered the academy. He entered the academy and, well, he did it flawlessly. he left the academy at 7 because, well, I guess already beat it. I don't know. And he was going for the training exams. And I was moving a bit fast, but this guy, come on, let's be honest now. But, since there are still like people in there, and there's no such thing as training exams. Well, there is such thing, but since everyone else was still in the academy, he can't really go to training exams and I don't know, fight with himself. So what happens here is that he is actually adopted into the Anvu, and yeah, he's currently in the Anvu. He learned some stars from Kakashi, of course, and a lot of sealing techniques from his mother. This all came in handy. It's fine. He was ruthless when it came to his enemies. It's like a whole new side of him took over. It's completely different from the normal Naruto everyone knew. And a lot of people loved, actually. Since he wasn't really out as Naruto Shinshiriki yet by Danzo. A lot of people actually loved him. They loved his bright smile. And the gleam in his eyes. The hope he brought to everyone. The happiness he brought to everyone. See, he'll be in the Anvu for about 2 more years, right? So that's 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. Sure. For 2 more years. And that's when the training exams start. When people start to leave, that's when the training exams start. And so he's discharged from the Anvu. At least maybe momentarily. To do the training exams to become a real ninja. He starts the training exams. Well, he's put on a team, and then he starts the training exams. Two team members don't really match right now, it's fine. Also, the Uchiha Massacre hasn't happened just yet. It's gonna happen a bit later. Yeah. So, he's 8 now, eh? Cause he joined the Anvu when he was 6. Plus 2, that's 7, 8. Then I took the average age when people go into the academy, which is 8. And then I thought of Obito, and he died when he was 10, and he had the headband on. But they were going on missions, which makes me think they went through the training exams already. And that's when they were 10. 9, 10. So yeah, it should be 8 now. Yeah, so it's 8. So, yeah, so, uh, how, yeah, so, whatever. He starts taking training exams, and, yeah, I don't know, you know, he's placed on Team 7, by the way. Yeah, he's placed on Team 7, but he's, of course, since he's now 8, and, well, he's already passed the academy 2 years ago, he's not in the same team as, well, Sasuke and Sakura. Sensei is still, still Kakashi. It still happens. Still Kakashi. But, he just has some other 2 nobodies in his team. Alright, so, it basically just starts. They start on the Force of Death, they got the Angel, whatever, scroll. Sit around. There they feel presence. Now see, thanks to Naruto being raised by an Uzumaki, he actually is a pretty good sensory ninja, you know? I'm not saying he's the best, but, you know, he's actually really good. So, yeah. He, feels something up. He feels something wrong. That's when he sees a giant-ass snake coming towards his team. He uses one of his jutsu to stop the snake. But unfortunately, he barely stopped the snake. And, when he stopped the snake, he stopped it right in front of him. Like there's literally like 2, 3, maybe 1 foot between him and the snake. And, yeah. But the thing is, when the snake was stopping, the snake ate and killed Naruto's 2 other teammates. This infuriated and enraged Naruto. He was so angry and he was so sad. Wait, should I give them Mongeki already? Like really already? I mean, yes, girl, I'll give them the Mongeki now. Why not? It's fine. The 3 tamales spin like in a wheel, and from the tamales grew, basically black lines and all that. And yeah, and so I'm kind of scared to push which one. This is this is his Mongeki, and so yeah, and so I don't know what ability I should give him. Yeah, I'm not gonna use any Mongeki abilities right now because I don't know which one I should give him right now. And so I'm just gonna, I don't know, make it so he can see a bit better. I see the checkers. Basically, he jumps up, uses a really big and powerful fireball jutsu, and burns the snake. He sees something run off. He follows it with his eyes. He trails it, and that's when he sees him. A gay snake pedophile. And thus, he uses fireball jutsu again. Tries to burn him alive. Doesn't work. Orochimaru quickly jumped up and, well, basically tried to maneuver his way around Naruto to try to I don't know, get him. Try to put a question mark on him because, say, every time there's training exams, he tries to get an Uchiha body. And, he thought Naruto would be the best one because he already had them on Gekio at such a young age. But what he wasn't expecting was the fact that, well, it's the Mongekyo. And the thing is, Naruto just got it too. So he's filled with adrenaline. So he doesn't feel any of the pain the Mongekyo may give on the rear as soon as they get it. Because, I don't think that's a real thing in the canon, but I'm just going to make it here. Which is, when you first get the Mongekyo, for a few days when you use it, your eyes burn a lot. Well, not literally, but they feel like they're burning. They don't feel like they're on fire. And yeah. And so for the first couple hours, you don't feel the pain because you're just so roughed up on adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like you feel an incredible increase in power, and thus, yeah. So Naruto turns around, and well, he, well, no, I say when when Orochimaru saw on the tree, Naruto was doing the hand signs for the Oraikiri or the Chidori, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. And so when Naruto turned around, he just finished, and he just got the Chidori in his hand as he plunged forward right into the snake's chest. Snake, Orochimaru, doesn't matter. Gay pedophile. It's fine. Yeah, so because they'll surprise Orochimaru a lot, but it's fine. Orochimaru did that weird regurgitation thing. He pukes himself out. I don't know. He comes out of his own mouth, basically fully healed, and that surprised Naruto so much that Orochimaru was able to put a curse mark on Naruto, around the neck. It stinged Naruto. Mangekyo turned back to his normal eyes, and he fell to the ground in pain. A couple of hours passed as Orochimaru had left. When Naruto awoke, he remembered everything, and his eyes burned. The adrenaline is over. He remembers that he still needs to get out of here, so he goes to one of his teammates' corpse to get the heavenly scroll. He got it and he left. Wait, no. So when he wakes up, he sees a earth scroll next to his teammate's heavenly scroll. Orochimaru had left it for him, just so he could pass a bit easier, because he wanted to have fun. So Naruto took both and he left. He went to the whatever the hell, and he got in because he had both. Now he would have been the first one there, but unfortunately Orochimaru had to come in and kill his teammates, and then put a curse mark on him, thus making him sleep for hours, which means he was not. In fact, he was one of the last, I would say. He was one of the last. Yep. Okay, so everyone's like, oh my god, oh, there you are, you're okay, thank god, all that. Because, they still really love him, Like, they say, like, he's a great guy and all that, he's a nice and genuine person. So, he says, I'm fine, it's just my eyes, they burn a lot, and my neck as well. I need to find my sensei. Do you know where Kakashi Hatake is? And, they do, so they point him to the direction. And, he goes up to Kakashi and says, Kakashi, sorry, Kakashi, I think I've unlocked my Mangekyo, and also, some weird snake, gay, pedophile, pervert person just, bit me on the neck. As Kakashi freaked out, said, "What?" Yeah. So, yeah, we, Kakashi does basically the same sealing. Well, he tried to at least, but Naruto said, "Nah, don't do that. I'll teach you a bit of sealing." And he did. There's a bit of sealing, but definitely not flawless. Um, it's better than normal seal Kakashi would have put on, but it's not like it's the greatest thing ever. So what happened here is that he goes back into tuning exams, and yeah, that's when everyone starts to fight. Now, Orochimaru, yeah. So since he's now 8, yeah, I guess yeah. He also tells Kakashi the bad news about his teammates. Which Kakashi got sad about, but it's fine. He asks Hokage to, get to tunings that was gonna finish up the academy soon. Um, and okay, let's just say that never mind then. It takes like a year for them to finish. I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna say it takes like a year or two, depending on how smart you are, to finish the academy. But I'm gonna go back to Naruto, and I'm gonna say that he took like a few months to finish it. All right, and that's it. Goodbye.